Right, we're looking at Here Comes the Sun. We've done this a few times in our Zoom meetings, so really it should be quite straightforward just to sing this through together, for those of you who haven't been able to join us on Zoom. We have a very basic arrangement here. The two things to consider are that if you are a baritone, you're singing the tune throughout. Okay, so that's that. And if you are a lower voiced soprano, then you can sing the tune as well. But higher voiced sopranos, you are going to sing when there's a harmony. You're going to sing the harmony, which are the notes above. So, for example, on bar 13, bar 16. Okay, and also the other people who can sing the harmony are the lower voiced altos, and you will sing that harmony an octave down. So it's written, for example, on bar 13 as an E, a high E, but you'd sing the E below. So this is what note is written. That's your note there. Okay, so clearly a lower voice alto is not going to hit that note. So that's for the sopranos, the higher sopranos, to harmonize with. If you are a lower voiced alto or a tenor even, you will sing the octave down. It's there, do, 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 it's all right. So let's talk about how we're going to use our expression in this song. So we're all singing the tune at A, and then we split on 13, and again sort of mezzo forte, not too loud, not too quiet. Okay, so quite sort of positive and upbeat at figure A, and then we could drop down a bit at figure B for the first of the three verses. Okay, so maybe sort of mezzo piano there, and then again when we get to bar 24 on Here Comes the Sun, we'd increased the volume to mezzo forte. So what happens, just to remind you, when you get to bar 32, you've got a first time bar, and then you're back to B for the second verse, and again you harmonize where you need to. And then and then you do the same, going back to bar 32 to the third verse, and again mezzo piano coming up to mezzo forte on Here Comes the Sun, and then on figure C we move on to this kind of sort of middle section where we have sun, 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 here it comes. Okay, and like I've said before, don't worry too much about having to suddenly count, oh my gosh, we've got 2 4 3 8 5 8, what's going on? It's just 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1, and so on. So if that helps, but we know the song, da 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 da. Okay, so we know how it goes, and that is repeated 5 times. Okay, so that's a lot. And then when we get to figure D, and we're all singing that, by the way, that's all in unison. Figure D, we are then getting ready to go back to the verses. So when it says DSL coda, that means go back to the sign, and the sign is on figure B, and we do exactly the same as we did before. Mezzo piano to begin with mezzo forte towards the end of each verse, exactly as we did 3 times through. However, after the third verse, you're jumping to the coda on bar 31. Okay, and the coda is basically a repetition of what you've just sung. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, it's all right, and then a further it's all right. And again, nothing new there with the harmonies or anything like that. Okay, so and in terms of dynamics, at the end for the coda, we'll keep it nice, we'll keep it loud. Maybe just drop, so perhaps on at figure E, we'd sing forte, and then we drop down to mezzo forte on the last It's All Right. Okay, so that's for you to mark into your music there. And then on, just jumping back, I forgot to say about the sun, 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 here it comes. We can get decreasingly quieter, increasingly quieter, decreasingly quieter. I don't quite know what the correct way of saying that is, but we'll get quieter every time we sing it. So we'll go, sun, 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 here it comes, sun, 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 sun. Okay, so we just kind of a decrescendo on each of those repetitions, and then back into figure B as we get to the Dulcinea sign. Okay, so very quick recap. Start mezzo forte, figure B. Every time we get there, we start mezzo piano and get back up to mezzo forte on bar 24. Sun, 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 here it comes. Start loud and get decreasingly quiet. And then exactly the same when we do the repeated figure B as we did before. And then the coda, we'll have it loud. And then we'll just the last It's All Right, we'll do mezzo forte. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. The next video will be the one that is the right one for your voice part. So we'll start with sopranos and baritones singing the tune. Okay, so that's next.